Hey y'all, my name is Desi and I'm a level 1 chef.
Hi, I'm Beth and I'm a level 2 chef.
Hi, I'm Chris Scott and I've been a professional chef for 32 years.
Some people use mozzarella sticks for cheat day. I call it eat day. Like a nice smell, you break it apart, so the cheese is smiling.
This is the appetizer that we all order. It's crunchy, it's stretchy, absolutely delicious.
You can't get no better than that. Cheese, bread, sauce, duh.
I'm going to start with the cheese. Now my choice of cheese is Polio string cheese.
I like Polio whole milk mozzarella cheese. I really like the flavor and I like the way that it holds up when you fry it.
Today I'm making handmade mozzarella cheese.
Nah, I would never make my own mozzarella. Too much responsibility, no.
I'm gonna take my curd and I'm gonna make gentle little tears and place that directly into the bowl. Cheese curds are the milk solids that are stretched and formed to make cheese.
Chef Frank had me do that when I did my grilled cheese episode, but it's a tremendous amount of work.
From there, I'm going to take a little bit of sea salt and work that into it. I'm boiling more water now so I can continue the process. And now that I have the hot water, I'm going to add that. You can see already that it's starting to loosen up. Adding that hot water melts it down to where I'm able to kind of knead it into the mozzarella that you know and I know.
I want to try to get all the pieces the same size. So I'm going to cut it in half, then I'm going to cut the half in half, and then I'm going to cut the quarters in half again.
If it's a square, it's not a mozzarella stick, it's a cheese patty.
To me, a mozzarella stick does not have to be a stick shape.
I'm going to take my cheese out the packaging and put them on the plate.
Store-bought string cheese is great. The kids love it all the time, but it's one of those things that you don't really know how old it is. It's been sitting in the store.
It just tastes processed to me. I much rather go with a plain block of cheese.
Look how it came already. It's less work.
Bigger is better.
Just make it taste good and have fun doing it. I am kneading this properly so that it gets all of those wrinkles out of there, so that it's smooth, it's shiny, and that it doesn't fall apart when I move on to my next step. I'm making these mozzarellas into balls. I'm gonna wrap the prosciutto around that, which I think will be interesting. And when you bite into it, it's gonna be cool.
See, that's fair. He ain't calling the mozzarella stick and it's shaped like a ball. It's like putting a hamburger in a hot dog bun. All right, it's my cheese. Now I'm ready to go.
Size it up, squeeze, and then I'm gonna put the mozzarella balls into the cold water so that they stop cooking and they hold their shape. So now that these mozzarella balls are already hooked up, let's move on to the breading.
All right, so right now, I'm gonna work on the breading. Store-bought seasoned breadcrumbs, Italian to be exact. Not too spicy, not too hot, and it gives you that soft crunch. You don't wanna be chewing crackers.
I like panko crumbs better because the pieces are larger. It adheres better to the cheese than if I use fine breadcrumbs. And I'm gonna season it up.
I'm gonna be using this rustica bread, which is basically an Italian rustic loaf. What I want is the inside. This is gonna be the good stuff right here.
Make his own breadcrumbs? Chris, man, we gotta talk after this. I need help. I make crumbs when I eat. I never make my own breadcrumbs though.
Well, I'm gonna leave this torn bread overnight in the oven until it's totally dry.
Pecorino Romano cheese, freshly grated. I use dry parsley because the fresh parsley tends to burn. Lots of pepper, not too much salt because the cheese is salty.
Now the bread is nice, it's toasted, it's crispy, and it will really absorb all of the new flavors that I'm gonna put into it. I'm buzzing up the breadcrumbs to be a little bit smaller than panko, but a little bit larger than your everyday fine breadcrumb. Now I'm gonna cook it with a little bit of clarified butter. I am going to crush the garlic. Now you're gonna get some of that garlic infusion. So now that these breadcrumbs have been toasting for 30 minutes, they're golden brown, they're toasty, they're fragrant, I'm gonna add the lemon and parsley. Very clean, herbaceous flavors. All right, now let's get to breading, my favorite part. What I'm gonna do is take a little piece of the prosciutto, wrap it around the ball.
My breading process is I'm gonna take my cheese, dip it in the egg, dip it in the panko, and put it right on the tray.
This prosciutto is going to add a salty crispness. It's gonna add some uniqueness. You know, it's gonna be different. So I'm cracking these eggs, I'm getting ready for the breading station.
We're gonna mix the eggs and the milk.
I add water to the eggs to help thin it out and to just make it a more cohesive mixture.
I'm going to take my string cheese, roll in the flour, one roll.
Always start with the flour so that the egg has something to stick to.
I know that there is a whole school of thought about breading with flour first before the eggs. I never did it that way. Got the cheese in the egg.
I'm gonna mix it with the egg and milk.
Get it into the panko breadcrumb.
And I'm going into the breadcrumb twice because I want to make sure that there are no eruptions of cheese.
Definitely make sure that all the sides are coated.
You come back to the egg and milk, roll again.
Flour, egg, breadcrumb, egg.
Back to the breadcrumb.
They're gonna be nice and crunchy.
Now they're breaded. I'd eat it right now if I could, but I'm not gonna do that because you get sick. I'm gonna put them in the freezer. I usually put them in there for 6 to 10 hours, but you leave them in there for overnight, for as long as you want. I gotta wash my hands. Now it's time to get the cooking. I'm gonna use the air fryer. Quicker to cook, less mess. This is the new popping thing right now to cook everything in. You can cook a lamb chop in here.
I am not a fan of the air fryer. It's like a big convection oven.
Well, I air fry salmon, French fries, cold pizza. It's easier. I tell you, less mess.
It's not as crispy. You definitely don't have that submerged in oil flavor that frying is all about.
If you're gonna eat mozzarella sticks, go all the way. Enjoy the fat.
My vehicle of cookery right here is gonna be this tabletop commercial home use deep fryer.
I've never deep fried anything. I like my stuff easy and simple. 1, 2, 3.
I can really control the temperature on this one, where if you were using a cast iron or a Dutch oven, you could do it if you had a thermometer, but it's a little bit harder. This way, the computer sets everything for you, you just do it, and you're good to go.
The spray helps the mozzarella sticks stay golden brown, and also too, you want the golden brown on your mozzarella sticks.
Now that my mozzarella sticks have been in the freezer for about an hour, I'm gonna fry the mozzarella sticks so that they're golden brown on the outside and soft and squishy on the inside.
With a deep fryer, the oil gets on you, you gotta go to the hospital. That's dangerous.
I kind of start at a shallow pace. The deeper that I go, the more agitation with the oil is gonna happen. That could erupt the cheese.
I want them to have enough room to dance around in the oil.
I'm gonna set the temperature for 390 for about 3 minutes.
I'm not sure what the advantage would be to air frying them.
To me, it's a cheat code. If you can't cook, or if you're a cook like myself, get an air fryer. Yep, that's 3 minutes. Let's see how these mozzarella sticks came out. I think we should be good now. Ooh, look at that. Shh. You hear that sizzle? It's mozzarella sticks talking, saying we ready.
Always salt immediately when they come out of the fryer. As Chef Frank would say, can't have enough salt.
Look at the cheese, look at that. Separate them, nice and soft. Yeah, they ready. Cheese is smiling at you, see it?
So now these mozzarella balls are fried up. I'm taking some extra prosciutto and I'm frying it up, almost like a crispy bacon almost. And I'm gonna use that as garnish for these delicious mozzarella balls already wrapped in prosciutto.
I'm starting to work on my sauce. Now I'm using Jar Prego marinara sauce. Slap the butt. All I'm gonna do is pour it in the pot and heat it up.
This is a little unusual. It's a pesto sauce.
I think that pesto for a mozzarella stick is a great idea. Having something different is great.
I started to put some bitter arugula in with my basil and pistachios instead of pine nuts. You certainly can dip your mozzarella sticks in there, or you can put it, just bathe in it.
Every mozzarella stick needs a great sauce, right? So I'm gonna do what is called an arrabbiata sauce, which is a spicy tomato sauce. It has red chili flakes, so it's not too crazy hot, but it has that burn. Extra virgin, got the garlic in there, and the hot flakes.
Nah, I'm not gonna make homemade sauce. It's already in the store. They got 100 different types of homemade sauce, so I'll make my own. Now, we get this stirring. I wanna heat it nice and evenly so it's not hot, it's not cold. Take your time, it's on wrist work.
All I have to do is throw everything in the food processor and pulse it up. First the arugula, the basil, lemon zest, pecorino romano cheese, pistachio nuts, garlic, some salt, little lemon juice.
I'm gonna throw some tomato paste in there right now. Start to caramelize all that. I'm gonna go in with the tomato product, chopped oregano and parsley. Let this simmer, concentrate all of those flavors. Really gonna infuse together for about an hour and a half.
Takes Chris 2 hours to make his sauce. Within 2 hours, I'm done to making more mozzarella sticks. I actually turned up a little bit because I want to cook a little faster because I'm not doing 2 hours like Chris. I need my stuff to be ready to go. I got stuff to do later, so I'm trying to get this out the way.
I'll just add the olive oil until I get the consistency that I would like.
It's nice and smooth, good texture. Sample the sauce, see where you at with it.
Let me just taste it for seasoning. That's really good.
This is good. I can eat this by itself. Not too hot, not too cold, right in the middle. I'm about to pour the sauce in this little dish here. They're ready for the mozzarella sticks.
So now that this has been reducing for an hour and a half, it's ready to go.
Now I'm ready to plate.
I'm gonna put my sauce in the plate.
I'm getting my sauce down.
Treat your plate like Jenga.
Mozzarella balls on top.
Put them around the side like a clock. I don't know why I'm bothering because they'll be gone in 3 seconds, but it's nice to plate it pretty.
Little garnishes of crispy prosciutto and parsley.
I really like this presentation.
And these are my mozzarella sticks and marinara sauce.
And these are my mozzarella sticks with a pesto dipping sauce.
And these are my prosciutto wrapped mozzarella balls with arrabbiata sauce.
I'm actually excited. I wish I didn't have to eat these. I want to frame these and put them on Facebook.
And I know they're gonna taste delicious. I've made them so many times.
The fragrance is coming at me. I can't wait to dig in.
They're meant to be eaten now. Look at that cheese pull.
Just as I planned. Look at that, still smiling.
Now that's what I'm talking about right there. That's mozzarella.
That's really good.
I need to make some more.
Like the burn, the spiciness, prosciutto crisp, loving it.
Hey man, if at first you don't succeed, get an air fryer.
Mozzarella sticks are so good any time of day or night. Let's see how each of our 3 chefs made theirs. Mozzarella becomes stringy while hard cheeses don't. This is because the casein proteins, which form cheese curds, are linked together with calcium from the starter milk into long, thin fibers that are cohesive but can stretch. Desi used string cheese, which is a form of mozzarella, heated to 140 degrees Fahrenheit and packaged. At this temperature, proteins are aligned in a parallel matrix that allows for smoother gliding of the proteins when heat is added. Mozzarella is a cow or water buffalo's milk cheese. Cow's milk cheeses tend to be more golden in color because cows can't metabolize beta-carotene, a pigment associated with orange and golden colors. Occasionally, titanium dioxide may be added in order to make the mozzarella very white and uniform in appearance. It's also added to make toothpaste white. Beth used whole milk mozzarella, which has a moisture percentage around 45 to 52%. This is still a lower moisture percentage than fresh mozzarella, which makes it firm for cutting into sticks. Chris did a level 3 elevation by stretching his own mozzarella. He soaked pre-formed mozzarella curds in hot water to start the melting process. He gently worked and stretched and folded the curds until they came together into a mass. He then separated the mass into golf ball-sized portions. Desi used jarred marinara sauce. Marinara is a thin tomato sauce. Some commercially produced sauces have added sugar, citric acid as a preservative, and salt. Most are hot packed, which means the sauce is made, heated for pasteurization, and then deposited into jars, sealed and cooled, making them shelf-stable until the jar is opened. Beth made her own pesto, a sauce that's blended but not cooked. It's made with lots of basil, which is fragrant from eugenol, which is synthesized when the leaves are cut or damaged by the action of an enzyme called eugenol synthase. She also added peppery arugula, pistachios, garlic, and the juice of a lemon to add an acidic note.
It really makes it lively.
Crunchy on the outside and melty on the inside. There are so many different options when it comes to mozzarella sticks. In fact, you can even make them into balls. Next time you're making this delicious snack, we hope you'll take some tips from our 3 amazing chefs.